How is Portland real estate doing as we head toward our fall and winter markets? Let's take a look at our very latest stats and trends. Hi everyone, RRMilligan here bringing you the very latest in our local real estate stats and trends. Market sample I work with includes the full Portland metro area, including Southwest Washington. If you do get something informative or insightful out of the report, a like or subscribe wouldn't be awful. The average sale price was up 3% over the previous week. In our year-over-year numbers, it ended up a mere 0.1% higher than the same time last year. This comes very close to lining up with the average sale prices for the month of September, which were down roughly 0.1% compared to September of 2024. The supply of homes for buyers to choose from did decline this past week, and so did the number of homes that hit the for sale market for the first time. That's pretty normal for this time of year. On the demand side of the equation, the number of new purchase contracts agreed to by buyers and sellers was down from the previous week. Again, kind of what we expect to see as we head into our fall and winter seasons. That being said, the demand numbers should start to decline as we head toward the holidays. Our other big metric for buyer activity is lockbox opens, which continues to outpace what we were seeing last year at this time by about 5% in our most recent set of numbers. Recently, we've been following the trend of sellers taking their homes off the market rather than discounting their prices. It could be to rent them out or maybe to just wait for a better market. On the whole though, that trend seems to be continuing on. The other unusual trend that we've been watching is the average number of days that a home spent on the market before receiving that acceptable offer, and that number moved down again this past week. What's strange about this is that this is the time when we should start seeing a rise in the number of days on market, but we've seen that number drop now for 2 of the last 4 weeks. This could be related to those sellers who are stubbornly holding on to their prices and deciding to delist their homes rather than discount on prices, but I do think we need a couple more weeks of data to draw that conclusion. The number of bank-owned properties on the market did rise to 94, which I believe is the highest number that we've seen since the foreclosure moratorium of the early 2020s. For context though, the total number of bank-owned properties and pre-foreclosure properties on the market is just 154, and that's out of more than 11,000 active and pending homes currently on the market in the full Portland metro area. So let's talk about mortgage rates. Mortgage rates on Thursday morning didn't change much from a week ago. The best rates that I could find advertised for the 30-year fixed mortgage on Thursday was still in that 6% to 6.125% range. We were expecting a pretty key jobs report on Friday, and that was for the non-farm payrolls for the month of September. Depending on the data, that report could have sent the 10-year Treasury and mortgage rates in one direction or in another. However, due to the government shutdown, we likely won't be seeing any government jobs reports until the government is back open for business again. Right now, traders in the prediction market expect the shutdown to last at least 2 weeks, so we may be in a bit of a data blackout until things change. So let's sum up our biggest trends for the week. Sale prices were up, but still pretty flat compared to last year. Supply is moving down, demand is holding on, and mortgage rates were also flat. And there you have it, the biggest trends that we're watching in Portland residential real estate. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope that you found something relevant in the report. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you right here next week.